This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Edalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing, Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alyss, Caden, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hollow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jakaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Haley, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, Zebra, Lala, Ari, Amy, Busy, Molly, Xylosaurus Rex, Lunaris Galaxia, Maya, Novastar, Annie, Tori, Ariel, Bolchi, Bree, Zael, and Jenny. If you'd like to support this channel and get some pretty nifty perks such as exclusive weekly audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. Huh? I'm fine. I'm cool. No, don't even worry about it. Well, maybe I like to have a little bit of mystery to myself, huh? Yeah, you can't know every single thing that's going on with me. If I'm a completely open book, I won't have any aura to me anymore. Oh, okay. All right. Never, not once, not even a minuscule, like a modicum of aura, never. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. Seriously, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm okay. I am. that is funny. Although I guess maybe you have a point to it. I never considered it. Well, you know, you like I like Dropout. It's good, and I like Game Changer, awesome. You know, all that stuff. Make some noise is fun. But I will say, no, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've never played before, but I don't know. Whenever we watch the D&D campaigns, I don't know if I can actually really get into them. Like, I like the people that are involved with them, but it's difficult to absorb yourself in a world that revolves around a game that you've never played. I don't know. I've never really considered doing it. I know you have a group, and I know you would let me play with you if I wanted to. I don't know. It's not necessarily my scene though. And I'm not saying that I look down upon anyone who plays, but I'm more of the, you know, sports art house movie guy, not the tabletop game guy. I appreciate that you think I can be multifaceted. Maybe I can. Who knows? But you know what? I'll think about it. All right? I will. I promise. Yeah. I'll look into it. See if if there's anything that really interests me. And I promise you, if I have any interest, I will let you know and give it a fair shot, okay? What's not it? Oh, okay. All right. No matter what I say, right? No matter how I try to twist this, no matter how effortlessly I weave an intricate story about how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, you will be able to tell if I'm telling the truth or not, right? And if I'm just, yeah, right? I figured. I don't know. With stuff like this, it's very difficult. With more like petty, mediocre stuff that I don't think a white lie is harmful in, I can do that easily. But this type of stuff is it's difficult for me. Well, no, you know what? You're right. Just go for it, right? What could go wrong except for basically everything could go wrong, hypothetically. Uh I have one question for you that has been burned into my mind for a very long time, and I just need to get it off my chest. What are we? I know it's cliche. It's really silly. It's goofy. It's not the question that you probably imagined was gonna come out of my mouth. But I'm confused, and I don't know what we are. So I'd like to know that from your perspective. Come on, like if I'm gonna sit here and be honest with you about my feelings, which you know is very difficult for me to do, then I'm actually going to be really upset if you play it off like you don't know what I'm talking about when I think you do actually know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess you just must occasionally have makeout sessions with all of your friends then. Yeah, I don't know. You're giving me so many mixed signals. I don't want to quote the iconic pop star of the 2010s early turned a flop of the mid 2010s and on, Katy Perry, but you're hot and you're cold. You know, one day we'll be cuddling and we will like literally kiss each other, and then the next day I'm a bro and you're just treating me like one of the guys, which is crazy because not a guy you are, not a guy you are. Sorry. Even in a serious conversation, I need to that was very funny and silly of me to do. Anyways, besides the point, right? You are confusing me because I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. You take radically different approaches to conversations, and I just feel in situations in general. And I feel like I'm just kind of here along for the ride, and sometimes it feels like you don't really care if my feelings stay intact in the process. Yeah, that is how I am feeling. Like I said, one day we will literally, like, I'll be stroking your hair and you'll be talking like do sweet pillow talk to me while we're laying on the couch together, and it'll feel like we've been in a relationship for like 2 years, And then the next day, you just don't, like, it's like you have amnesia and your mind's been completely wiped. And we're back to being, like, best bros, which we aren't. Like, that's one thing that we're not. Like, we're best friends, but we're not best bros. I've never broed down with anyone in my entire life. Okay, that's not fair. The only way to reach Jimmy in any manner whatsoever is to bro down with him. So it's an essential bro down, not a voluntary one. I'm serious, though. Because I want to know what you actually think about me. I kind of sometimes... No, I don't. I have to stop skirting around the issue and my feelings about it. When you act that way, I do feel just kind of tossed aside, and I don't feel like respected as your friend. Okay, gotta be honest with you. Thought this was gonna be like the worst conversation ever, and it hasn't been good, or for my nerves. But the worst thing you can do right now is what you are doing, by just sitting there and not saying anything back at all. Please. No, I am not rushing you to respond. I just needed some sort of affirmation that you didn't just completely shut down. So take all the time you need to think and respond to what I said. It is okay. Of course you deserve me. It's just a matter of what way you want to or think you deserve me in, really. If you are ready to say something, I am ready to listen. I'm always ready to listen, but I can't listen to something that's not being said. Anyways, okay. That's a good first step, I think. No, it is a good first step. It's good to know that you don't view me as a bro to bro down with, because sometimes you are so believable in what you are doing in that moment that I actually start to feel like you actually just view me as a bro. And I've never given you any indication that I am anything of the sort. Oh, okay. You have to continue that sentence, right? Well, I mean, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you did. A defense mechanism for... Okay, and those feelings are... Well, that is good to know now. And I'm like, there's a part of me that is literally jumping for joy, to the point where my heart is just pounding, pumping like crazy. But that doesn't exactly answer the question which is at the root of the problem. The question is, why do you feel like you need to have a defense mechanism up to prevent you from getting too close for me and revealing your actual feelings of a romantic nature to me? You know, I like to think that I am a pretty observant person and a good listener, but I will be honest with you, because you never pointed it out before, I really have not noticed that. But now that you are telling me it to my face, I cannot remember a single time that you have talked about your dating history. So it's safe to assume that that has something to do with this, right? Listen, if you don't want to talk about it right now, we absolutely don't have to talk about it right now. You've already given me enough information to understand why I do not want to force you into a talk that you are not ready to have or you don't want to have. Of course. I care about you so much, and I would never want to make you feel uncomfortable if I didn't think that it would benefit both of our morale in the long run. Yes. Hence why I quote unquote pressed this issue. But I will say something based on the information you have given me that it makes it safe to assume that your dating history has not been good in a in a more extreme scale than just bad breakups or bad relationships or, just like disagreements and arguments. Is that fair to say? Okay. Um, I know that this is something that everybody says. They all say it to people, and generally when it is said, there's not too much evidence to back it up due to a lack of history with the person. But we have been roommates for almost a year. So I'm going to say this to you, and I hope you know that it's authentic and it's not just an attempt to manipulate you into doing what I would like. You can wholeheartedly trust me. I will never, ever look out for anything if we were to be together. I will, and even if we weren't, which is the thing, because we are best friends, I have never with you looked out for anything other than your best interest. That is the number one priority for me. Because although you haven't talked to me about this, you have talked to me about other ways that you have been hurt in the past, and as a friend or as a potential more than a friend, I would never want to see you go through any of the experiences that you have described to me in your past. You mean far too much to me, and there's not a minute that goes by that I'm not thinking about you and your well-being. Yeah, no, it's true. It's Some view it as pathetic. Some view it as romantic. It's probably somewhere between the two. I'm not gonna, but the point is, I promise you, at least within my intention, I am not going to hurt you. I promise. I do. And I am not one to make promises because I know that they are very difficult to keep, but this is one that will take no effort at all. Okay. How do you propose we do that? Do you want me to drop a contract of my promise, get 2 signatures on it, get someone to notarize it?
Why, thank you, Mr. Buffett.
I meant to say, there's a monster in your wagon. I didn't mention.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sort of like there's a bar.
No, not bad at all. Just a little surprised. I think that should work. Yeah. So why don't you scooch on over here so we can seal it with a kiss?
Eyebrows is so pronounced that it covers one of his eyes. Big bushy eyebrows, muscle bound like arms and claws that go down sort of almost to his ankles. He's riding on this like beautiful sort of magical looking horse.
Now think about it. If both of us had not been so stubborn as to be on either side, we could have been experiencing that for at least like 8 months now.
And so I found true love, and I shouldn't be a frog.
Well, I'm not a love at first sight guy. I have to get to know the person first. And when I got to know you, I immediately knew that I cared about you more than a roommate. So give me a break. 3 months is a pretty fast time for someone as realistic as me to fall.
I stopped being a frog. What don't you get? I'm very handsome.
The first moment? Really? Well, I'm not trying to be mean. Well, I'm going to have to hold this over your head for the rest of your life, right? Oh, no. I don't know. You're just so reasonable all the time. So rational all the time. Which is why it was so confusing why you would constantly go between these hot and cold spells with me. I was like, that you never act like this in any other aspect of your life. So why are you doing it here? Oh, by the way, I feel like this goes along with but you do want to you want to go study with me, right? Cool. Now, I would recommend you get your head in my lap so I can play with your hair because I know how much you love that. And there we go. All right. Perfect. Well, yes. Access to the Going Steady package means unlimited kisses. As many kisses as you want. All you have to do is request one, snap your fingers, and I will be there to grant you your wish. This is so nice. Do we really have to rewind it? You've watched all of these thus far. Like you've already watched the series. Now you're showing it to me. Can't you just update me on what happened? Or is there a essential piece of lore that I need to know that I'm missing out on that would be devastating for me to not witness live?